Jonathan Swiller, Highland Mills. 2 weeks ago, a new town board was sworn in, and that should have been a happy and proud moment for you, Mr. Burke, Mr. Havlin, Mr. Levine, a happy and proud moment for your families and for Woodbury as a whole. It should have been a moment when we celebrated democracy and elections and the voice of the people. But how could we celebrate when, as we all know, the election was won by fraud? How could we be proud when, as we all know, the winners gained their seats by lying to the voters? This is not something that any of us could or should celebrate. Rather, it is a reason for shame. By your corrupt actions, you have humiliated yourselves and you have brought shame upon Woodbury. Your election was so tainted by your corrupt acts that the Times-Herald Record called on all three of you to resign. Mr. Burke, you have said that you were responsible for the flyer that lied about your opponents. But, you say, you didn't write it, you didn't print it, you didn't distribute it, and you tell us that's all you have to say about it. Mr. Burke, since when does someone guilty of a bad act get to decide the punishment? In this case, none. Since when does that person get to decide if that discussion is over? This isn't up to you, Mr. Burke. It is up to the people of Woodbury. Or have you forgotten that you work for them? You are a caretaker in this house, not the owner. John, did you ever apologize to Mike and Lorraine for the lies that were told about them? Lies that you say you were responsible for. Since the lies told about them were public, shouldn't the apology, if any, be public as well? If Mr. Burke, Mr. Havlin, Mr. Levine, if the three of you had any integrity, any sense of shame, you would apologize to the people of Woodbury, you would resign your seats. But we've all seen how little integrity you have, how dishonest all three of you are. And so we have no expectation that you will do the right thing. Instead, we expect you to sit there and gloat about how you have scammed the public and stole your seats on this board. We expect you to hunker down and wait for all of this to blow over. We expect that you believe, to use the words of one of your supporters, that Woodbury will take it like a dog. And we expect you to use this town board to provoke conflict with the Woodbury Village Board in order to prepare the way for your friend's next attempt to take over that government as well. Perhaps all that we can do is watch you as you try, and we will watch you like hawks.